much money, I'd be a rich man. If I ever had good luck,
my sunglasses.
I could count it on one hand. Oh, I've seen the rich of riches. Yeah, and I've seen the poor. But if there's one thing now I've never once doubted my life before. If envy and jealousy were my one-way ticket in, I'd be missing that last train home. 'Cause I know where I've been. Oh, I've seen the darker darkness, and I've turned away the light.
I get people trying to get up in here, man.
'Cause if there's one thing I am, now I ain't living without a fight.
Oh, Earl Spence. TBC. Oh, Bud put it on him, man. Put it on him tough. Man, knocked him out. Well, it was TKO, 9th round. So, yeah, we predicted it, right? Made a little money. I'm in a good mood. Feel like going live today. All right. So, yeah, went from his birthday to the day of the fight. It was 61 days. That's the 18th prime number, right? But it's really just focus on the 61, right? 61, I told you, was guns, right? Election year coming up. You listen to any right wing podcast, they're gonna be talking about guns. They're trying to take my goods. All right, so this is for election year. Something's about to happen. Man, I ain't gonna say something about to happen. Just don't even worry about it, man. We got the fight. We predicted the fight. That's good enough. But man, I forgot. Bud was involved in the shooting. Got shot in the back of the head. So yeah, like I said, Ja Morant and the gun, and Ghana with the gun, right? But the big thing, if I would have known this, I didn't even look at this. Matter of fact, it was July 29th. That night, I always check this. And I didn't check it this. It's crazy. Everything had already lined up. I was good to go. I went down there and put my bet on Crawford. So the moon was illuminated at 85%, right? And like I said, 61. Just spell out the 60, spell out 61. There's 85. There's also 40. Matter of fact, all these numbers been hitting, bro, with this 61. Right? 85. Like the moon was on that 85. 61 days after his birthday. It's also the number 40, right? Terrence Crawford. 40 and up. So, yeah, man. Good old rigged fight. I think Errol Spence gonna come back. I think he gonna come back and win that rematch. But he gotta change up his style, man. He wanna just punch in the body all the time, and when you giving, I mean, it's taking give in this world, man. It's taking give. You can go to the body all you want, but you leaving your face wide open. And Terrence Crawford knew that. And he just countered face shot. And that's why, the brother face is looking like this at the end of the fight, man. They've been posting the Martin meme. They've been posting the Martin meme, man. So let's do this, man. The guns, something's coming. I keep saying this shit. Let me stop saying this shit. Let's do this, man. Cause I wanna keep it. I want to keep the party going. So this gender war, man, this is really. I don't know if it's taking off. I don't know what's going on, but it's interesting to me. So talk about it a little bit. Because what had happened was 2020. This guy comes out. I want to know first of all how I can't even say that. But bruh, look, 2022. Kevin Samuels passes away. 2022 prediction. It's the year of the woman. That came out literally with a movie called The Woman King. All right, so yeah. We be on top of it. Hit the like button, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Hit the like button. Well, so yeah. 2020, Kevin Samuels comes out, pisses women off. I don't care what kind of woman you was, white woman, black woman, Chinese woman. He pissed all women off, right? But they couldn't, everybody was the main one watching the show. They couldn't get enough of it. So everybody kind of realized, like, damn, man, women really like talking about relationships. Shit. So, fast forward. Priscilla Clark. I don't even know where to start with Priscilla Clark. I don't know, because I got this. Because Priscilla Clark, man, she got a following, bro. This is about to get. This is a train wreck waiting to happen, bro. This is just a train wreck waiting to happen. I done seen all the movements, man. I done seen all the YouTube movements come and go. I was a part of the first, the biggest, the most searched term on the internet is flat Earth. So, man, I see what's coming, bro. This is not about to be good because I want to know the end game. Because this brother right here, he was kind of talking like to get people together, man. She's on this Priscilla Clark lady, the Queen Maker. She's on some straight divisive stuff. Like, nah, we're gonna keep the genders apart. Like, this is that LGBT shit that we talk about. Matter of fact, let's do this. About Priscilla. Definitely come on.
Welcome back to Virtuous Woman TV. In this
okay, my bad. That motherfucker came on loud as shit. Let me go to it. This was just random. I just came across this.
Treat them like that. Break them down, build them back up, because
break them down, build them back up.
That's how you have to handle males, right? You have to handle them that way. Yet they need that. And they like, why don't you punch them in the chest? Tell them you fat. I talk to them like that. They like it.
Sounds like a little bit of nagging, right? Nagging at you to make sure you're doing the things that you should be doing.
So, but they all have different agendas.
This lady, she said that like it was a good thing. Nagging at you, like that's positive. That's not positive.
Correct.
Okay, you were straight, married. All right, now you're an L.
Mm-hmm. I'm
right?
not L.
You're not a lesbian?
No, I don't claim all that. See that first and foremost, there.
But here, let me make my point. Then you have the stage.
Yeah.
Why are you a queen maker?
Because it's not about how you look. It's about
Yes,
how
it
you,
is.
it's about how you move.
Okay,
It's
that's also part of it.
no.
It's how you look and how you move.
Not really. Now we get into the mind game because you can look at the physical and you can just be a duck as a physical, but it's
True.
about how you move mentally because you can wrap somebody up around your finger with how you move and how you
Damn, I'm
think.
like,
I teach women how to think
nice.
and how to move better and make better decisions.
Okay.
And when you move the correct way, you can have whatever it is that you want. And it doesn't matter what you wear because I do it all the time with a baseball cap on.
Women getting wrong in the movements they're making.
Oh, they're blind. They have no earthly idea about male psychology at all. I'm an expert male psychologist.
Gotcha.
So what I do is I teach women the game of chess.
You will really be deadly if you was a expert in women's psychology too, because that's the problem. Getting the two together, getting along for a long period of time, that's the problem. If you just focus on what one person doing, you ain't taking in the other half of the equation. Both of this psychology together is what should come together and make a beautiful union. That's what should happen. But it's the internet now, man. It's hookup culture. You got a lot of people telling you what to do and shit.
In terms of life, and I teach them their opponent because if you don't know, you can't do better.
Okay.
But when you know better, you do better and you move better. And when you know your opponent, you can move better. I'm ex-military myself. So, yeah. And so I love it. So I've incorporated all of my wisdom from sales and military background to incorporate in the dating game.
You're a queen maker.
Correct.
Meaning they have to come from something
Yes.
before they're a queen. What are these women before they come queens? What's the word for that?
They're pawns.
Pawns.
Yes, they're pawns.
There we go. Now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
What's the pawn mentality?
The pawn is that they're used, they're sacrificed, and they're pieces for somebody else's game they're unaware of.
Oh.
They don't know that they're somebody else's tool.
Yeah.
So what I do is I make them aware so that they're no longer subjected to somebody else's plays. All right. So the queen is the most powerful piece on the chessboard because she's the most free piece on the chessboard.
Oh, sure. Who's the most important piece on the chessboard?
You're right.
Who is it?
The king. Because the king is twiddling his thumbs and he wants to play a game, but he's too weak to play by himself.
Oh,
he's somebody to cover for him. So he has to go get a whole bunch of other pieces to play for him. And so if you want to end the game, all you have to do is move out the way and let him get caught because he can't do anything by himself. Ooh. So he's either going to play right or he'll get caught. You can look at it how you want to look at it, but you take the power when you flip the concept in your mind. So whoever has the stronger mind wins.
A lot of these niggas is wearing panties and they mad because what I'm saying they know is a fact. See, the male know that the bitch don't need him, right? See, a pimp ain't a pimp without hoes, right? A man ain't a man without access to a woman.
What's all this talk about pimping, bro? This is crazy. She said she a pimp. She said instead of letting these men pimp you, kind of let these women pimp you. That's why I'm like, the agenda, bro. I don't mind what you're doing. I really don't give a fuck. I promise I don't. I don't mind what you're doing. But taking science and information and then twisting it and flipping it for an agenda, I'm like, that ain't right. Like you can't have an honest conversation with her. I'm pretty sure. I don't watch if I say a few, it sounds crazy. If I say two, y'all know I'm lying. So I ain't gonna bullshit you. I don't watch the few interviews. And it's hard to get a word in with her. She don't want to listen to nobody and hear their side of the story. So, she got it all figured out. But if a person got an agenda, it's very difficult to have a conversation with them. Because you'll say something that's logical and they will cut you off, overtalk you, all this other stuff.
They know that. Because I know men. I know everything about a man. So all this other yang stuff that people talking about, that shit don't matter.
You made an assessment that a man is not a man without a woman. What makes a woman a woman?
Okay. So a woman is a woman just based on being born, right? Testosterone makes y'all chase women, right? Women are a resource to men. And men will use a woman to build himself up because the value is in women. Men want to be able to use women however the fuck they see fit. And women just sit there and take the shit. And then after you done used her up, then you want to turn around and say she should have chose better. Men pursue women for a million different reasons. It could be sex. It could be the fact that he need her to put money on his books. He might want her to take a charge. He might want her to help him build a business. That dude uses women because women are resourceful.
Why are women dealing with those or dealing with men in general?
Before you get into the psychological behavioral patterns of somebody, the brainwashing and the sociological structures that have been created in artificial environments, we got to take it back to the base program, which is XX and XY program. There is a biological nature between the two that is inverse. Y'all know the oldest war in the history of the planet is the gender war. You know why it's the gender war? Because biologically there is an inverse relationship between males and females. And guess what that inverse relationship is called? It's called sexual conflict. Because the biological nature of the male is to reproduce as much as he can. That's not the biological nature of the female. The male wants to collect women to knock up as many women as he can to pass his genetics along. Males and females have vastly different purposes on the planet. The cannot understand the purpose of the woman. He only understands his own fucking purpose. And the male's purpose is in direct opposition of the woman's purpose, which actually destroys her. Okay. What has occurred is patriarchy was set up not by the average male. Y'all didn't do this. Y'all are actually victims of this shit. The elites did this shit. And why did the elites create a system of patriarchy? You know why? Because problems, if you...
What happened to the sexual conflict conversation? What the fuck? How we get to the patriarchy conversation? I might be tripping. Hold on, let's go back.
Create a system of patriarchy. You know why?
What the fuck?
Because problems, patriarchy was set up not by the average male. Y'all didn't do this. Of the male is to reproduce as much as he can. That's not the biological nature of the female. The male wants to collect women to knock up as many women as he can to pass his genetics along. Males and females have vastly different purposes on the planet. The male cannot understand the purpose of the woman. He only understands his own fucking purpose. And the male's purpose is in direct opposition of the woman's purpose, which actually destroys her. Okay. What has occurred is patriarchy was set up not by the average male. Y'all didn't do this. Y'all.
Maybe she gonna answer it though. She said the male's plight is in direct conflict of the woman's plight. Then she jumped to patriarchy, set this up, but she just said the XY and the XX chromosomes like natural, is in natural conflict with each other. Which there's something there because friction is sex and attraction and electricity. There's something that attracts. They say opposites attract and stuff like that, a positive and negative energy. So she's on to something. There's something scientific there. Now she done jumped into the patriarchy. She done left the science to go to the history. I'm just saying, man, I might be wrong. That might be Let me just see where this is going.
Are actually victims of this shit. The elites did this shit. And why did the elites create?
Did they create? They didn't create the X. Well, maybe they did. I don't know. Maybe they did.
A system of patriarchy. You know why? Because problems, if you can create a problem, you can also create the solution to the problem, and that's where all your money comes from.
So just to understand, like, because I'm not overly familiar with you, but I know that you're pushing towards back to a matriarchy, right? How does that structurally look as far as women given direction in leadership? How do you?
Well, first, before you can understand how a matriarchy works, you got to understand how patriarchy works, which y'all don't understand. So before I answer that question, you need to let me finish answering the question now so you can see where
I agree with her. Like, bruh, try to see where this is going, bruh. Aaron, shout out to you, but yeah, I don't know. Let her finish with the patriarchy.
where all the world's problems
Hopefully get back to this XX and the XY.
Where you can see why patriarchy is the world's problem. Okay, so first and foremost, y'all are in male
because she don't know what the fuck the matriarchy gonna do with him.
bodies. You know good and damn well that men use sex as a stress relief. If y'all are stressed out, sex is also a stress relief for you. Sex plays a lot of different roles for the male that it don't necessarily play for the female. So y'all see the world through the lens of sex most of the time. Therefore, when y'all get sex, a lot of shit stops, right? Sometimes y'all aggressive behavior stops, right? Sex does a lot for y'all.
This is when you go. This is when you lose me. This is when you lose me. You talking crazy. If you keep it to the science and shit, this is when you just talking from your heart and what you think. Come on, man. This is crazy. Because I'm saying she used some science, then she try to throw some history in there, then she go just start talking from the heart. And then it's all mixed up. And like, oh yeah, she's deep. But nah, is she really? What's up, bro? Come get triggered with me, bro. The ladies, I wanted the ladies on here with me, but they ain't come.
Sex, your aggression increases, right? So here's what happened. Because you asked me this question, why are women dealing with men? Patriarchy, the people who created it, created a system of problems that only they can solve. So this is where you get the police department. The more males you have, the more tendencies for violence and crime that you have. And the more opportunities you can make money by throwing them in jail, right? Okay, so we already understand about the prison to pipeline system. All of this shit is a result of the elites wanting to use y'all's bodies as war machines, as commodities for slavery, have you picking cotton and doing all kind of shit in prison, right? You're using you for entertainment, watch you kill yourself in the boxing ring, MMA, and in sports, right? You go play football for these motherfuckers, and guess what? You get concussions. And then they don't want to give you no type of motherfucking compensation. So they use y'all, right, to do this shit. But how were they able to do it? By subjugating women. In order for you to be born, you need to come through the body of a woman. So in order for them to pump the world up with so many males, you had to strip women of their rights and force them to depend on men. So
that's not why they did it.
Hey,
that's not why they did it.
Hey, angry man, we done already had our look back and forth, but
and you got smoked.
No.
And you about to get smoked again because you up here. I done seen you all over the internet spewing all of that bullshit.
Who is surprised at the motherfucking thing, angry man? He came in hot, boy. He came in smoking.
You angry about it, right?
And that shit is bullshit. You know it's bullshit.
Yeah, nigga, you angry about it too.
You know.
Okay, good. I'm glad that looked up.
You know them?
I mean, nah, I don't. Definitely don't know angry man. Shit out. Okay, I don't want to pull this out just yet. This lady supported her though.
Are you sick of having issues with your webinars, wasting tons of time on troubleshooting?
I'll tell you what I'm sick of. This StreamYard commercial. The same StreamYard commercial. We're gonna fast forward her.
He wasn't offended by any of the things that Prince Ella said. Okay, it was just rolling off of his back, and he could be fair, and he could be unbiased and agree when she was making points that it's like, okay, yeah, I do see this. I can validate that. Yep, you sure right about that.
It's over, man. This lady said, "It's over." No. I'm talking about it's over for us. It's over for dating. Dating is over. It's a wrap for dating. I don't know.
So that's something that I rarely see when she does an interview with men.
No, I'll come back to this because let's do this. She about to come on this panel.
Our moms, because I love my mom, or our fathers, I love my father, or my daughter, I love my daughter.
Right here,
so
right?
You just sound like an idiot.
Is that it, the Queen Maker? No, that ain't her.
Yeah,
it look like her, right?
That's her.
Yeah, that's her.
That's
To
me.
me, it just sounds crazy. I'm just
all right, brother. Hold on. Now here she goes. She can answer you.
Keep the same energy.
Yeah, peace, Princella. This is Queen Maker. She joined us.
Peace.
Hello. All right. So before I get started, I wanna say this. I'm not going back and forth with no emotionalism. See, you can feel how you want to feel, and I'm gonna tell you straight up that I do not care. You can be mad, you can be in your feelings. I don't give a fuck. Okay. Secondly, I don't even talk about quote unquote black men. Y'all think y'all so significant that I'm gonna make a whole channel and write a whole book about you, sweetheart. My message is global. The last guest that I had on my show was a primatologist, right? See, I speak to scholars, right? My next guest is a psychotherapist. I'm not going back and forth with no kids. See, y'all can make panels and talk about me all you want to, but let me tell you something. I got a following that's growing large. And so one thing people gonna do is you gonna respect me. And if you don't, I don't got to talk to you, because one thing is, y'all know what men are doing to women. And it's women's experiences with y'all.
You don't know? You don't know what men are doing to women? Oh, man. You don't know. Yeah, they're doing the most to women, man. It's fucking crazy out here, man. Or on the internet. I don't know where she's getting this shit from, but it's going down, I guess.
That is making them leave you. See, you can't convince somebody who actually is having great experiences to see that they're having bad experiences. It's something that y'all doing to these women, and y'all mad because I got the wisdom to turn the light on in these women and make them stand up for themselves. Now, if that shit hurt y'all because you don't get to abuse women and use them, get your dick sucked and all this shit, and get your ego stroked, let me tell you something. I don't give two motherfucks, right? So you can make all of this shit that you want to, but let me tell you something. On my channel, which is clear that y'all don't watch, because I got people up here talking shit that they don't know nothing about. You ain't watch my channel. Every single thing that I say, I back up with scientific research. I have professionals that validate. Yeah, don't talk to me, because I drop off this motherfucker, because I'm telling you, I'm not out here playing no games. See, I'm not young Pharaoh. I'm not out here intellectually masturbating, because I don't have to debate nobody. Because let me tell you something, what you gonna be debating in your house is a bitch leaving you if you don't get your act together. That's what you're gonna be debating. So y'all might wanna actually learn and ask me what it is that I know, as opposed to running your mouth and talking about something that you ain't even looked into. Because guess what?
I post peer-reviewed research papers and I dissect those research papers on my show. So y'all saying what is pseudo, baby, you're not going to convince the people who spend hours watching my stuff. You're not, because they see what I do and they see the truth. And so all this gaslighting that y'all doing, hey, you going to come to me with some scholarly stuff, or y'all going to be in your feelings, and I'm not going to engage you because
it's over for dating, man.
Why you said over dating?
It's a wrap, man. It's his fault. It's all his fault. Internet dating, online dating, all that shit is a wrap, bro. Everybody was mad at him. Y'all forgot about 40 years of this bullshit. 40 years of Oprah. Yeah, 40 years of man ain't shit. This nigga come out for 2 seconds. And now the gender wars pop out. This is crazy. All right, man, let's keep going with it. Oh, well, shit, I got another one.
y'all are a waste of my time. Because at this point, all these killings that are happening, all these rapes and molestations that are happening at the hands of men, that shit finna stop. It's not. I'm sick of the bullshit that y'all try to defend. Y'all don't want to take no responsibility for your fucked up behavior, and then you think that a bitch supposed to keep stroking your ego. They do everything that you say they supposed to do, and you still fuck over them. I am about the woman. I'm not about y'all's ego, and I don't give a fuck what y'all think. I'm just letting you know that straight.
I'm just saying, she keep trying to throw that shit out. Ain't nobody defending that shit. Motherfuckers got to go to PC. You get your ass whooped in jail. They find it like nigga, nobody, not even criminals, respect that shit. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh man.
Can I speak to that though, Saul? You gonna play this little game? How we doing this?
No, I'll let Nepal speak. I'll let Nepal speak because Nepal the one that's going to debate it.
Yeah, and you know what? I can't for what she just said right here. I have to say I'm 100%. See, I stand with her on what she just said. I'm talking about the debate about finding the science after I read her book and the men can't love. Everything she just said, I stand with her on that. So it's really hard for, yeah, it's a debate, but she's right. It is real life. I will not come behind her and say, oh no, she's wrong. And she's absolutely right in the statements she just made right now about men. But I'm going to be, we already decided, respectfully talking about her philosophy and her teachings and her book on the science and the research that she did on men can't love. And
I gotta say this, man. It's easy to scare women. A lot of women sit around watch crime drama all day. They really think motherfucker out trying to get their ass to. It's like it's easy to deceive women. This woman, she's doing a real good job, man, because she trying to sell that book and she's selling it, and she got a big following. But boy, this is gonna end bad, man. I'm trying to tell you, it's gonna end bad because the whole thing is this whole movement is for her to eat some coochie. This is just I just gotta say it. I just gotta say it at this point.
It's gonna come from there. So that's all I have to say. I've already told her I respect her.
Dr. King was fighting for some real shit. She fighting just to eat. Come on, man.
As far as her fire for men, I don't feel that way about men. As far as I'm done with you guys. I'm done with you, men. I love men. I have male. She knows I said this. I have a male son. I've had good experiences with my father, my brothers. However, let's talk about what she just said about how nobody on the panel who's male said, you know what? You're right about what we've done to women. Let's talk about that. Nobody came in and said, we did do something wrong. We're not imagining how she got to this place. Even Dulcinea, who agrees with my philosophy more than the sister than Princella, we can't deny that women are downtrodden and, as Reggie said, I think marginalized and abused, and even in every single environment that is supposed to be scholarly environment. I know I come into the environment and I'm like, oh, I don't want to debate women. I don't want to debate. So I'm not going against her on that.
Let me tell you.
Hey, hold on, Priscilla.
Yeah.
Please no profanity.
Okay, no problem.
Yes, thank you.
Men love women so much that the average
That was me,
the
my
research has shown that underage pregnancies are happening at the hands of males who are over 25, right? They love so much that they are abusing children and getting them pregnant. Back in the ages where these guys claim that women kicked them out the house for welfare, I broke down 1973 CBS report and 1968. Let me tell you, those males was knocking up 12-year-old girls. The youngest was 12. And they just couldn't stop. I don't want to hear nothing coming out the mouth of a male, because you let the male.
She takes something that a few men do. That's fucking horrible, terrible. And she just takes it and applies it to all men. She takes it and applies it to all men.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's fucked up.
Yeah. Talk, he ain't did nothing wrong. I'm sick of this shit. I'm telling you. I don't want to hear nothing y'all talking about. I'm serious.
She coming with statistics.
What I'm saying here, I am serious about my movement. I am not stroking male egos. I care about these kids that y'all harming. I don't care about how we are the leaders. Show me what you leading besides what's in your pants. You ain't even leading that right.
Let me ask you, Priscilla.
Yes,
do
sir.
you hate your brother? Do you hate your brother? Because if you are in a situation and there's no men around you and there's women around you, did you see that situation when that white man got out his car and punched that sister in her face? I think it happened in Texas.
Yeah,
Am
she
I
was
right?
pregnant, and the brother jumped in.
She was pregnant. Nobody jumped in the Paul.
What did you see? Did you see the
No.
woman?
I'm asking you. You have absolutely no love.
She got to switch it up. She got to.
When they talk about when the boy shot that man and killed him, about to hit his mom in the restaurant.
He was just talking about the white man. He was talking about a white man.
Oh, okay.
Hitting a black woman.
Oh, that's what he said. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, this is black, this is all black.
But I think they are gonna bring that up though for some reason.
That's fucked up, man.
What?
That boy didn't do no time.
Yeah, ours mom.
That man about to hit that woman too.
Yeah.
He shot his ass.
No, he hit her. He punched her a few times.
Did he? It look like he might have did.
Yeah,
Put that in show it.
He punched the shit out that woman.
Did he?
Uh,
I don't think that dude doesn't even did the day in jail, little boy. He went
Nah.
in with a teenager.
They said he went in to get a burger and left with the wings.
For your brother?
What you mean no love?
What
What do
I'm
you
saying
mean?
is,
okay.
you know what I'm talking about. You have no
Well,
concern, no love. You don't want no relationship dealing with the black man at all.
Listen, what are black males?
Is it pure hate that you have for the
y'all
black
got
man?
y'all got hate for yourself, because it's like this. You'll sit up here and ask me this. But you won't ask, well, Priscilla, why did a black man rape you at 12 years old? Huh? Listen, cut this crap that y'all doing out, please. Please address the degeneracy of males. Y'all always want a woman to stroke y'all's ego so y'all can feel better and look better. Y'all use women as shields. Stop asking me how I feel about the male's degenerate behavior. He's knocking up children. He's raping children. I just pulled up a research paper or a study from the Department of Criminal Justice that black women in two-parent households are 1.75 times more likely than white women to experience child sexual abuse. These fathers are raping their own damn daughters. Stop asking me about anything about these dudes, because I am serious about what I'm doing. I am serious. Y'all on the internet playing. Y'all on the internet intellectually masturbating.
This is scary, bro. This is fucking scary. This is frightening, bro. This woman is fucking dangerous, man. Y'all think I bullshit, bro. This woman is dangerous, bro. That's some crazy shit. She's like, it's all me. And these women out here, the woman that follow her is like, yeah, it is all. Like, what the fuck?
activating. I'm waking up women all around the world. Y'all gonna stop playing with me.
You want to respond to that? How do you feel about what she's saying?
I mean, if you allow me to, if you're not gonna cut me off and play this little shameful game, if you let me have a conversation, I can handle a conversation.
Go ahead.
Yes, Miss Priscilla, how you doing? First of all, I'd like to say how you doing.
I'm doing well.
And I'm sorry for your experience as a youngster. That shouldn't have happened to you, and that was completely out of order. So I don't defend bad behavior. I think for me, the conversation is I understand how women have been marginalized in history. I clearly do that. And I think it's very disrespectful that men do that on a regular basis. I think my issue was
roofers are furious about this new product that's going viral. Replace your whole roof in a...
Yeah, they had to cut that nigga out. I wasn't even mad at that.
I don't know the full range of scope, but the things I heard, the misinformation based around science, because that's my job, right? I feel like you have a strong enough argument about what men do and what they don't do that you do not have to mix in pseudoisms. Now, for me,
what is pseudo? Tell me what did I say that is pseudo?
Whether the women was here on Earth first, you know the whole package, right?
Oh, wait, hold on.
Just let me finish my point.
No.
Hold on, wait a minute, because you subscribe to the Out of Africa theory, so yeah, you got to deal with it now. What's good, so what's happening, brother? Man, yeah, dope fight. What's up, Miss Siobhan?
Hey, what's happening?
No, you came in loud as shit. Hold on, let me turn you down. I got you. I'll do it for you. You doing all right? Work was cool?
Yeah, it was cool. It was work.
It was work.
Mm-hmm.
We knee deep in the Priscilla right now. She cussing people out. She done told us.
Oh, mother. What's her name?
The Queen Maker.
You had an interview with her?
Nah, I ain't gonna shit. I don't want to talk to this crazy ass lady.
Was she in the comments cursing you out?
Nah, this is I'm just watching some. I'm finishing off with her. I'm done with her after today, so I'm just finishing out with her, watching the last of her latest little video. Because like I was saying, I think when we did the video, I was like, she's on Sinetta right now. This is it.
Pseudo. But
let me finish my point. Listen, I'm simply saying I feel like that your argument is strong enough without pseudoisms in it. I think you can make your whole case, right, and don't dove into the realm of science. I think your studies are pretty much sound that you're talking about, right? I just read a study on rape and how that goes back and forth, the whole 9 yards. But the misinformation on science, because that's my job. I educate the community on scientific literacy so that they can listen to a conversation and know what's misinformation and what's not. I just feel like that. Let me finish my point. I'm gonna shut up. I feel like your argument, right, for women to help them marginalized population in America, I think it's a damn good one. But when you introduce the young Pharaoh information, it's when I jump off the ship. That's all I'm saying. So I'm a little bit afraid to really, embrace everything you're saying because I'm figuring like you might mix it in a little bit. That's all.
She about to cut this nigga head off. It's crazy. Because I'm saying she got some information. She about to cut this nigga head off. She said, I don't like the pseudoism. He said, what's pseudo? He said the women was first and shit like that. He talking about way back. If you go take the Out of Africa theory, nigga, guess what? You got to take this too.
All I'm saying, Sister Priscilla, no cap, no playing with you, and I'm not on here playing. Trust me.
Okay, so the first things first, if you're going to talk about logic and rationale and facts, one thing you can't do is open this thing up and say, well, I ain't looked at your stuff, so I really don't know. So you going off of third-party information. That's first and foremost. So you done already lost that.
I didn't say that, sis. That's not what I said. I said I didn't look at your whole range of information.
You ain't. You haven't. So
right, but what I did here was very
hold on. Number two, it's a fact that the oldest bones on planet Earth are of a female, right?
Fire.
The oldest bones. So here's the thing. So
see, I thought you weren't gonna do all that, sir.
She got your ass though.
So here's the thing. What I teach my ladies is to slow down the conversation. I don't let nobody fast talk me. So all that I feel this, I don't care how you feel. First and foremost, everything I say is backed up by scientific fact. From the effects of testosterone on the male brain, testosterone is responsible for aggression. Testosterone is concentrated in the male body 15 times more than the female body. So here's the thing. Aggression and brutality is a part of the male nature that's in y'all. And guess what? You have to flex willpower in order to control yourself. And guess what? Willpower don't last long because it takes so much energy to control. This is the reason why the majority.
She's right. She's fucking right. Willpower don't last that long. It ain't gonna last though 50 years.
Right.
And see, that shit might not last a month. Shit. Look. See, he's right. That's what I'm saying though. When you're having a debate with somebody and you being honest, like I don't belong to no organization, so I'm just honest. You say some real shit, you say some true shit. I got you. You're right. Yeah.
Of the jails are populated with males because it's in your nature and you can't stop it unless somebody force you to. All right. So we're gonna cut out all this other stuff. I don't care about y'all ego. I'm gonna say that one more time. I don't care about your image. I don't care about how you feel. And here's the thing. What's understood don't need to be said. I don't have to debate nobody on fact. Because one thing I'm not trying to do is I'm not trying to convince y'all or nothing. I'm through talking to males. I'm through reasoning with y'all. So here's the thing. A nation can rise no higher than this woman. I'm talking to them. And if y'all want my attention, you gonna talk to me like you got some sense, or I don't have to talk to y'all because I don't care what y'all feel. I don't care what you think. I'm gonna keep talking to these women. So either y'all gonna bow down to the truth or you ain't gonna talk to me because I'm seriously not playing with y'all. I'm not.
Can I ask a question?
I feel you.
Go ahead, Dulcinea.
Okay, so I want to get a clear understanding of when you bring up the testosterone and it's the aggression. How are you separating that the same aggression or testosterone that can lead to the minority of men that are doing the crime?
Hold on, pay attention to this, because look, that same testosterone, you doing a lot of moving around over there. You got a bra on?
What?
Because I'm on YouTube. No, all right, don't worry about it.
No, let me go ahead. The same testosterone that has the police force full of men that protect us. The same testosterone has the fire department full of men that protect us. I'm not done asking the question, Priscilla. I just want to make sure it's clear what I'm asking before you answer. So I do understand what you're saying, but we utilize that testosterone for our protection when it comes to family and for our country's protection and all countries' protection. So how do you then negate as far as testosterone is what men use to protect us?
Yeah, well, that's real interesting coming from a so-called pro-black channel, the people who bitch, whine, and complain about trigger-happy cops killing y'all asses. They protecting you though, huh?
Not the profanity, Priscilla.
They protecting you though, right? So y'all pick and choose what you want to say is protection and what's oppression. Clearly, hey, it's criminality going on in these gangs. It's the pro-black group that always talk about the police department, the CIA, and all these being legalized gangs that do all of male nature with permission because of a badge. So here's the thing. If you ain't gonna be honest and you just want to argue with me just to argue and pick and choose what you want to defend, I'm out on that. Because let me tell you one more time again, I'm not trying to convince y'all of nothing. Y'all can believe whatever you want to believe. Because baby, it ain't just black women following me. Baby, I got the globe following me. White women, black women, Asian women, all Mexican women, all over the world. Y'all gonna stop playing with me and thinking that I'm...
Where are y'all going? This is what I want to know. Where the fuck are y'all going? What y'all doing? What's the end game? Is there an end game? I guess.
I'm stuck in this pro-black program like y'all are. Baby, I'm talking about males all over the globe. The black male is not that significant for me to focus my attention on. Because guess what? It was a Mexican man that took a doggone sword and chopped this woman's head off. They sending pictures of dead bodies of women and laughing at them. These guys are sadistic. I don't know what y'all own. But I am about the globe. I'm about the world. Y'all ain't even that important for me to focus on talking about no black men and black women relationships. You just not. So if y'all ain't watching my material, if you not watching it, and you going off of secondhand information because you in your feelings, you really don't even qualify to talk to me. You really don't even qualify to ask me no questions because you ain't really interested in what I talk about, because if you were, you would be watching my show, but you ain't. Y'all just want something to talk
excuse
about.
me, Princella, and can you drop, we need to have the link to the sister's channel and her book. If you could get that to the people in the chat, right, Sonetta? So we can have more people check your book out, find out what you teach and do the research, and then come back with, you know, either agree on everything.
I'm gonna play this little debate right quick. And then that's it. Because this dude is sassy than the motherfucker. So them two together, this was funny.
Before you ask me, are we gonna be debating or discussing in delusional world, or are we gonna be in the real world? Which one? I need to make sure I know where we at.
Well, number one, there's only one world, so we'll be living in reality. The one reality that exists. We're not gonna be in the metaverse. That's number one. And number two, it doesn't have to be a debate. If we agree on something, I'm not going to pretend as though I don't agree with you just because you're a woman or just because, you know, people have positioned you as, you know, a psychopath. If you say something reasonable, I will acknowledge that it's reasonable, because I think the more valuable thing is for us to build on knowledge together. The more valuable thing is for us to co-create. It just so happens that if you're a psychopath, there ain't nothing to create. I got to destroy you. But
baby. If I'm a psychopath, I understand that, because real people are psychopaths in the Matrix. That's why I asked you, were we going to be in reality or we going to be in the Matrix? Because if we in the Matrix, yes, I am a psychopath.
Think you can't afford to have LASIK? Think again. We strive to make LASIK
this bitch is crazy.
Affordable for you so that you can see clearly without the costly and
Yeah.
Oh boy, it has.
Okay, on PayPal we have Joshua said tuition, Mr. Malave.
It has begun. Shout out to Mr. Malave.
And Bitcoin Bandit said she didn't smoke Myron at all. She was making a bunch of nonsensical arguments and still lost despite Myron being ill.
And you know what I really hope is that both the males and the females watching can be reasonable and they can try to gain something from the conversation. I hope that, you know, all of the females in here on her side who at least came in on her side aren't thinking like, oh, you know, like everything he's saying is bad. And all the gentlemen on my side and the ladies on my side as well aren't looking at her like, oh, she's a psychopath feminist. You know, give her a chance to express herself and we'll see what's what. Now, number one, I noticed a lot of your personality is starting to propagate in what they call the manosphere, of which I don't claim to be a part of.
Hey, we need to buy stock in like lonely people shit. Like, this shit about to get worse, man. This is only gonna get worse, man. OnlyFans is gonna blow up in 5 years. Dog food is gonna be through the roof. This is bad.
These are essentially women who are playing in a man's game who for some reason are concerned with the affairs and conversations of men. I know that there's obviously Prophet. Just Pearly Things is one such woman who comes in and basically repeats all the things that guys say, and then people are like, oh my, that was brilliant, and then they send her a bunch of money and make this upper middle class white girl even more wealthy, when really a real man is never led by a female. So my question is, aside from the money, is there any other reason that you've entered the spaces of men attempting to establish a perspective?
Actually, I don't even go to men's spaces, right? I pretty much stay in my own little lane. However, men tend to come to my lane, or people who are in my lane demand or request that I take on certain people. I don't really care what people are out here doing, especially when I know that they're crazy, right? You didn't ask me my educational background, but my educational background is cell and molecular biology. So I kind of tend to stay.
We'll get into that. Do you mind if like one thing we want to try to do is just to keep things neat? Not to say we won't
Sure.
get into that, we will, but just to keep things neat. If you say you finish an answer to a question and you want to go on to something else, we can definitely address that. But like I'll just book in it there so we can respond on that one topic.
Sure, no problem. Yeah, but I don't go into male spaces. No, I don't, because I don't care what
male space.
Yeah, because I was requested. I was asked to go there. I was asked to go there.
How did you end up on Fresh and Fit?
How did I end up on Fresh and Fit? So
yeah, you repeat my question. You processing slow there, baby. You ain't gonna make it.
No, seriously. No, baby.
When they press you on fit, you ask them to repeat things that I know you heard the first time. So you ain't processing on the level to get, you with this A1 game. I'm gonna give you a chance.
No, look, so let's cut to the chase. So I've been doing YouTube for about a year. Okay. And I'm totally in my own lane. But the conversations that I have a lot of people requesting that I talk to certain people, just like they requested that I talk to you. Okay. I didn't come. Yeah. Say again.
What was my question I just asked you? What was my question I just
Your
asked?
question is how I ended up on Fresh and Fit, right?
Correct. How did you
and
end
I
up
just
there?
told you. And I just told you people requested that I go there. So I asked them to go there.
Right? Okay, so you're saying the fans suggested it, and then so you were Fresh and Fit to go on their show.
Yes.
Okay, so the actual answer to my question then is I requested to go on Fresh and Fit. So what you did, which is very common, not only among females.
Yeah, because that's what y'all like to do. Y'all like to take bits and pieces of the trip. Y'all like to take bits and pieces so you can flip it out of context. I'm not gonna let you do that to me.
We usually assign to females that they don't take what's called accountability. They don't acknowledge what is within their control and within their decision making. So what you've done, hold on one second, love. I'll give you time to speak.
Go ahead.
What you've just done is I said, how did you end up on Fresh and Fit?
Yeah.
How did you end up there? Well, the answer is that you requested to go on Fresh and Fit.
Well, how did I end up here then? How did I end up here then?
Would you mind not interrupting me? I think we just said I promise you I will stop talking and I will yield the floor completely. But if you allow me to complete a sentence, right?
Go ahead.
So you requested to go on Fresh and Fit, but instead of just saying that, which is flat out what it was, and there's nothing wrong with that, you said, oh, well, my fans had told me I should go on there. And so following the advice of my fans, then I asked them to go, and that's how I ended up on it. You see, that's a big, long story when the reality is, why not just say I asked to go on, which is the truth of the matter? Because I'm sure your fans
the whole truth. The entire truth.
Yeah, I see you're getting out of control. You're not going to be a good representative for these women if you're showing them that you can't engage in dialogue. You have to stop talking to listen, and I'm going to at some point stop talking so that I'm.
It's a debate tactic. You point out their debate tactic. Our debate tactic is to cut you off, and to keep cutting you off. So you gotta let the audience know, hey, look, she keep cutting me off, and she keep doing so. Keep pointing it out, shit.
I might listen to you, and I'm going to listen to you sincerely. I do want to hear from you.
You ain't gonna be
so rather than taking accountability and saying, I chose to go on there because I asked them, you can't blame your fans, because then it would seem that you're doing everything your fans asked you to do, because I trust they've asked you to do many things that you've not done. They've made many recommendations that you've not taken. So that's something that you chose to go into a male space, probably for the benefit of your own exposure and clout. And there's nothing wrong with that. I now yield the floor to you.
Okay. So you asked, since a lot of people like to go into male spaces, first of all, why would I be going into a male space? I don't just go to male spaces, which is the truth. Okay. Why did I end up going there, and how did I get there? Why is because the demand increased, and then I took on that demand and I requested. So that's the whole truth. Now, the problem that I have with the so-called manosphere is y'all like to tell half truths, and I don't play with half truths, right? So if you ask me, I'm going to tell you the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Now, if you have a problem with that, I understand, because you want to flip a narrative, but I'm not going to let you flip no narratives on me. I'm going to tell you the whole truth.
Thank you
Is
for
that
that.
Is that a problem?
I think this is it, guys.
When the Martins booked their Verbo vacation home, they really.
Do you yield the floor? I want to make sure that I'm respecting your time. Okay, fantastic. So number one, and I will play this clip because I found it to be a comical clip that you made. You know, people were insulting you, calling you a male, and you flip that in a very clever way. You're an intelligent person, and you know that's something we can all acknowledge. One thing you're not is a good listener, because you just spoke about the manosphere, and I already stated that I'm not a part of the manosphere.
You have a manosphere mentality, though, so it's the same thing. I don't.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. This is quite common, and I bet you'd be an expert on this because you're a person, a female, presumably, who's been hyper attentive to what's going on in the manosphere for no explainable reason. All I could see is that it's about money and clout. And so what I asked you earlier, is there some other reason that you're putting yourself onto these platforms?
Well, to get a message out. You know why? Because a lot of women are actually on the butt end of these podcasts. And so it's about being a person to stand up and be an example for women to follow. I don't mind going in any space I have to get a message out, right? So go ahead and play what you got to play, brother.
Okay, we have Billionaire said, I can already tell that even if you destroy her in this debate, her fans won't get it through their thick heads just off these insults already. I hope you all have an open mind and willingness to learn.
Indeed. You caught up?
Carry on.
Okay. So, number one, I think that you've already misrepresented women. For example, you stated that women are on the butt end of these podcasts. No, women are not on the butt end of these podcasts. Harlots, promiscuous women, women with low IQs are on the butt end of these podcasts, because the fact is, an average, everyday, respectable woman who's a professional would never show up on one of these podcasts. So these podcasts overrepresent OnlyFans girls. They overrepresent women who sexualize themselves for money, i.e. high-tech prostitutes. So those are the subsection of females that are represented, and they go on there willingly. So you're already lying when you're suggesting that women
on that particular podcast, or all podcasts that speak about women?
We can't speak about all podcasts. That would be literally impossible. But that particular podcast is one of the most popular ones in the world. That being the case, they reach a wider audience, and they've been copycatted by many different podcasts. Hence, it's worth talking about them.
Right. And they still have the same talking points about women in general, right? So yeah, they'll have your little OnlyFans girls come up there, but their entire thing is to denigrate women in general, right? Oh, as if independent women aren't trashed. Do you have a problem with independent women, Mr. Senator?
First off, so you just asked me a question. So number one thing I've not done is have I insulted you so far?
No, I haven't insulted you either.
Okay. So just in case you didn't know, and I think you do know, I think you've watched a good amount of my content. The moniker is the Saint and the Sinner. And for short, people call me the Saint. You could also call me Marquette Burton. Passive aggressive is not something that I respect, because I'm a masculine man. I'm aggressive, which is to say, if you want to come for me, be aggressive, be straightforward, and I will crush you. You see?
Okay, so are we gonna have a legitimate conversation, or are we gonna go back and forth with this kid stuff?
You're carrying on with the interruptions. You'll notice when you're speaking, I'm not interrupting you, I'm listening to you. And this is why you have to learn from me. The male is the natural leader. You're behaving as a child does, which is a pity that you would even have a child while behaving like a child.
Recordings just got.
That was I don't even know.
Yeah, he a trip. He sound like he mad about something though.
It was sassy, and it was. Yes, he definitely got handled, brother.
He was disrespectful. He was very disrespectful. He constantly insulted that woman. And I don't like that.
Oh, Siobhan.
That was him behaving like a female.
Yeah, he was a little sassy.